The Mature Neighborhood Overlay Initiative involves reviewing infill home building rules for 107 Edmonton neighborhoods. Infill rules address such aspects as the height of houses, size of front yards and backyards, and more. With the new influx of development in mature neighborhoods, the MNO needed updating to reflect current needs.
We had 7,800 residents involved in this process to date. And that indicates obviously that it's a very important subject to citizens and residents. And it also indicates that we got the word out about this project.
And so the Mature Neighborhoods Overlay team came to one of our meetings and presented one of their first drafts of their public engagement plan so that practitioners from across the city could read it and comment on it, let them know if there were red flags, talk to them about best practices for outreach that they had been exposed to in their areas, and really break down those silos around public engagement.
Well, the first phase of this project was about creating visual information and materials that citizens could use to understand what all these technical terms and rules meant. And then with that information in hand, we began our first round of public consultation, which was really about learning what rules in the overlay are working and which rules in the overlay could do with some improvement, refinement, or even removal. Another special thing that we undertook was to reach out and engage citizens that don't often have an opportunity to come to the city's usual open houses. We held specific consultations with cultural communities, and so we did that through multicultural health brokers at the Macaulay School. We also engaged a younger generation by having a session at the University of Alberta and their planning school, and also by giving a presentation and engaging the City of Edmonton Youth Council. All of our engagement was complemented with online surveys in both stages so that people could participate in this process from the comfort of their home, or if they couldn't make the engagement meetings, they had that opportunity to provide input. All of the feedback that we got in the first stage is what we took away and used to begin to assess what we would change in the overlay in terms of the rules. And so in our second stage of consultations, we brought to the public a draft of the changes, and we also provided information about how the input that we got in the first round of consultation resulted in these rules. But we didn't want to stop there. We wanted to refine the rules based on more conversation with residents and stakeholders. So the second round of consultation was about doing just that. We got really constructive feedback from residents and community leagues, as well as people that design these homes and build these homes. Most of the conversations we had with stakeholders and residents were highly constructive and very well received. So the biggest difference between our current engagement and our past engagement is our current engagement is definitely more carefully considered, and it actually is a more integrated part of our project work. I found that the engagement process, being as thorough as it is, helps us actually know what citizens want, and as professionals, we're more confident in what we're delivering to City Council.